Yeah. Well, welcome to our live class. Today we are showing how to use Color Pour Resin. There are so many cool things that you can do with resin, and we'll be just showing a few of them.
Yeah, so let's show you some done ones that we did
Mhm.
yesterday. Some really cool coasters,
Yeah, we made a lot of coasters.
a lot of them. And we're still beginners. It's kind of like a little bit of a trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not exactly sure how much to put in.
It seems intimidating until you start going, and then you just start mixing, and it turns out fine.
Yeah.
We also filled some molds. I think this is Prima mold.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get these really small, very intricate details.
Yeah.
Oh, there was even this.
Oh yeah, those are so cute.
These are so cute. I didn't pull these out of the mold yet, but they're tiny. You can get the tiniest of details.
Mm-hmm.
These are just little seashells. I don't even know if you could see them, but they're very small. They're very small. They're super cute.
And then there are a lot of like different add-ins you can put into it. So like this one has moss and little pebbles. So it's really fun, kind of beachy look. It's Color Pour Resin, American Crafts. And so what are these? These are beads you can add in. Oil flakes.
There are these acetate sheets. So these have little pop-outs. So like you can have some leaves.
Like this one.
That has some leaves or some butterflies. I've been wanting to use some butterflies.
Yeah.
So I might try to do that.
There's some crushed glass.
And with these, they're translucent. So when you put them in, you can still see all the way through, which is really cool with those.
So we are working with which one is this called? There are like 3 different kinds of coasters. They're just like a plain wood coaster. There is the river wood coaster. It has like different levels. There's the see-through coaster. I don't know what it's called.
Yeah, like a little, like it's hollow.
It's hollow.
Yeah.
And there also are these are really cool. They're natural wood pieces. So it's like half of a wood circle coaster. So you can use a different kind of mold and put that in, so that look really full too. And also this looks really fun. Haven't done this one yet. It's a frame, like a picture frame, so you can make your really cool resin design and then put a photo in it or piece of artwork or something.
We also have this wood piece we have in the shop, and it's like it already has this cut down it.
It's called like the river something.
Yeah.
River.
Yeah, but this one's wood. This one's pretty cool against them.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, I cut mine in half, but yeah.
Yeah, it is really long. But yeah,
so you can fill it with things.
Make a great gift for someone.
Yeah.
Little like cheese board or like
just like a little serving,
because put your coffee on.
This Color Pour Resin is food safe.
Yes.
So after it's all cured, you can use it to hold your food, all that.
So it does say it takes 24 to 48 hours to cure. These are about 24 hours, so they're kind of they're hard to the touch.
Still like we could pull these out of the mold and it didn't ruin them at all. They're just a little bit gooey, so you can like see a little bit of movement, where this is one that is completely cured. There is no movement at all. So
this one is little. I can still feel a little stickiness.
I would say don't touch them at all for at least 24 hours, and it'd be best to just leave them for the whole 48.
Yep. And you can work with it, like adding in your things and mixing colors for about half an hour. Right? Isn't it half an hour?
Yep. Yeah.
Before you just don't want to touch it anymore.
But you really want to get it in there and get your designs done as soon as possible.
Yes.
I think we also noticed that adding more dye slows down the dry time. So like this one has more dye and it has more of the white, and it's even quite a bit gooier than one like this that doesn't have as much.
Gooier. Yes.
That's how I'd describe it. Gooey.
Okay, so to get started, you are going to need just a couple things. First of all, you definitely need gloves. This is a very sticky craft.
Yes.
Roll up your sleeves.
Yeah, it will stain your clothes. So roll up the sleeves.
We have found that cleanup, we use just like a disinfecting wipe, which we have all over the place here. This really works well like on like hard surfaces.
Or even getting it off your hands.
Yeah.
It picks up the stickiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
so
have
you
some
get your gloves
alcohol or because soap and water will clean it up, but it's just a little. You have to have more scrubbing to do it.
Who has time for that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Jen.
So some other things you
Welcome.
need are some cups. You'll need. So as you can see, there's the resin and there is the resin hardener. I wrote a little A on the resin and a B on the resin hardener to match the cups. So there is an A on one small cup and a B on the other. So I will only pour the A into A and then the B into the B.
You don't want to mix them up.
You want to be very precise with your measuring and do equal parts A and B.
Right. So yesterday we were just eyeballing it and we were just literally just eyeballing pouring it in, which worked. It's worked. Fine. Yeah. But a couple of them we did notice were, I don't know, like
a little stickier
as well.
Yeah, like some of them are pretty much all done curing. Like this, I'd say that's pretty hard. But other ones, like this one, I accidentally touched and it was still sticky.
Yeah. And that could be because of our air.
With the measuring, yeah.
Eyeballing it.
Yep.
So there are actually syringes that come in this line from Color Pour, and they are perfect to measure very accurately. So today, for class, we are going to use these instead of eyeballing it. But you can, if you don't have this, you can find
eyeball it.
Yeah, something else.
Right.
Or just
these are just little paper cups. You can hold it up to the light and see how full it is. Or if you have lines or cups that already have like lines, like a lot of plastic cups already have lines.
You can just like measure your own line
fill
on
up
it too.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I don't know why we didn't do that yesterday.
Yeah. So there are options. You can work around
We
things.
talked about that, yeah.
So
I'm gonna open this up.
Yeah, so you need your resin, you need your cups, you need something to stir it with. We're just using some palette knives. You need at least 3 palette knives and at least 3 cups. Yeah, because you want everything to stay separated until the very end. And then you need something to pour your resin into. So this could either be a coaster or a mold.
And you can make your own molds.
Yep. So for picking molds, because resin gets hard, you need a soft mold.
To be able to get it out.
Yeah, for things, so like if you're putting in something that's going to end up soft, you need a hard mold. But because resin, it's hard, soft mold.
Opposite.
Yep. So yeah, this is, let's see, I think this is a silicone mold.
Yeah. So
a
a lot of different brands
molds.
carry those kind of molds. Prima. I don't know what other brands.
Bear. Well, not a lot of stamp periods are hard.
Oh, are they? Yeah. So as long as it's a silicone mold.
Yeah. It's squishy.
Oh, these are so fun. They're like some bigger pieces in here too. So get everything out ready and set first before you start mixing and pouring. Kind of have a plan in your head how you want to do it. I did find, like for this one, it's easier put your stuff in first. Something else I tried, was this one. You can't even tell. There are rocks in this one, but I covered them up by accident.
It still looks cool.
White, yeah.
It still looks cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna move.
And then we'll also be using some dyes.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have some pearl powder, also from the Color Pour Resin line. So these are fun to experiment with too.
So what are you doing first?
Let's
see.
Oh no, we both could do one of these.
I'm gonna do this one again so you
it.
can see. This one's really fun to make.
I think, let's see.
I need to kind of like look at it while I do it.
Maybe I'll do one of these butterflies. Maybe, well,
some leaves.
some
I feel like you need some flowers or something with it.
Yeah. Maybe a couple of butterflies. And Clint just asked if it would be helpful to write a letter on your palette knives.
Yeah.
And yes, it would. Yesterday when we were doing it, I was just keeping them in there so I knew which was which. But if you're afraid you're going to get it mixed up, yeah, write your letter on there.
Yep.
Keep everything separate.
On your syringes too.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have your marker?
Yep. Here, we'll do
an A and B on those.
an A.
So I'm filling and kind of planning out my beachy coaster here with rocks. And make sure you get like the flattest ones. There are some bigger ones and they will stick up above the resin.
This might come off.
Which is okay if that's what you want. But if you want it smoother, you want little rocks.
A, B. There you go.
So I'm just planning those, and I got some of the moss mixing, which is really fun.
I like the moss mixing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who here has tried resin? Have any of you watching, have you guys ever tried it before?
Have you wanted to try it and it just seems intimidating? Because I heard that a lot.
Yeah. It does look intimidating.
Yeah.
But it's actually quite simple.
Yeah.
You get going.
Yeah. I think it's just like the wait time seems like a lot. I don't know. That could be because it is like wait 24 hours.
Right. It's not a very fast craft.
Yeah.
But it is fast, like putting it together and doing it. Like.
Okay. I think I have a general plan. I'm gonna kind of go. I'm gonna add a little bit and use some white dyes to lighten it a little bit, and then put these on and finish it.
Teresa says she's seen videos but not confident. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of those videos out there, they look amazing. And it's very intimidating.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're not that good. You just have to start somewhere. Like, start really simple. Like, with a small coaster.
Yeah, this seems very doable. Or if you even have a mold. That is even easier than coaster. Start with a mold and pour it in there.
Yeah.
Because the molds already look cool. I mean, they're already designed.
Designs already there. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do it. Was there needles or anything in here, or do I just stick the whole thing in? Well,
I guess
wait.
Turn it.
Oh,
like
I just meant like, stick this whole head in there.
Yeah.
I was trying not to get it
Turn the bottle.
Can't. Don't have that many hands.
Can you reach it?
Yeah, I think I'm getting it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's perfect size. It just goes right down.
Maybe I'll go to sticks.
Okay. And it's better to, like, I guess,
or maybe
start out with more.
4.
You are going to be mixing it with an equal part hardener, too, so keep that in mind. You don't need, like, a ton.
Yeah.
But if you do run out of resin, like, while you're making it, you can just mix up some more. It's fine. We did that a lot yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how many rocks I want.
It doesn't look like enough. I'm gonna add some more.
Just get a bunch of these.
Okay, I doubled it.
What number are you doing?
4 again.
4. You're gonna have a lot. What's nice, if you have too much, it's nice to have something else extra around.
Like the molds,
The molds or
or
another
more
coaster.
coasters.
Because you don't want to waste it.
Okay,
So.
the letters came off of these, so we're just gonna keep the A on the left, B on the right.
We tried. You know, I don't know why I put gloves on to take out my rocks,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Makes it a little difficult. Okay. Also, yeah, let me just take these off for a minute. I'm not dealing with the resin yet, so I'm just adding in my mix-ins. And you can add stuff in afterwards too.
Yeah.
Kind of depends on your design. I'm gonna add some of these little beads in here too. Or at least try to.
Let's see. How do these look? Holding it up to the light. I think that looks pretty even.
Yeah. And almost spilling over.
Well, they're pretty thick, so you're not super likely to spill them. And now I'm going to grab a whole new cup to pour these each into. You're doing a new cup because there's always going to be extra in your original cups, like on the edge, or yeah, just they're going to be left. So you want to have the exact same amount of each. So that's why they're being poured into a new cup.
So you always need 3 cups.
Yep.
Resin, hardener, and then the combination. Oop, I'm just spilling these all over.
And then this, when they're, before you separate them, or combine them, that is, before you combine them together, they're not going to harden. So you don't have to worry about, you know, working super fast when you're first starting. So I have my B cup and my B palette knife that I'm just going to leave here. And grab my A's and put them in. And then, so that means you can also use these cups again to measure out more. You don't need a bunch of new cups. I would just get the new cup that you're mixing in.
I'm losing beads all over. I need like a little spoon. That's what I need.
I like the little beads in there, though. That is cute. Okay, so then I'm just going to leave my palette knives and my cups laying on the sides so they don't get mixed up. Now I'm going to mix. It depends how fast you mix, kind of depends on your brand, and see what they say. Some say mix vigorously for 2 minutes, others say just stir together. This Color Pour brand is more of a just stir together.
Like I don't know, I wouldn't go too fast or too slow.
Yeah.
If you go too fast, you might get more air bubbles in it.
Yeah.
So just medium speed would be good. I don't know.
And you want to make sure that you're mixing up what's on the sides and on the bottom.
Just adding some rocks.
Okay.
A couple more beads.
Going to start pouring. I don't want to fill this completely yet. I just want a nice layer on the bottom. And I think I want to add the tiniest bit of dye to it so it'll stand out against the wood a little bit.
So that is the white dye.
White opaque dye.
White opaque. I'm trying to get my gloves back on and they're all inside out.
Just one drop, because I still want to be able to see the wood. Ooh. Left my cup leaking.
Okay, so I have all my mixings ready to go. Cute little beachy scene. I'm dreaming of the beach. I just,
yeah.
oh, I'm ready for spring, summer. Yeah. So I'm going to do the same thing as what Jess did. A and B, equal amounts. This is B.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll actually need
And-
another drop of white.
Let's see. Yeah, this size is perfect. It fits right in the bottle.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
So you can keep your resin clear, like you're just mixing up these two things, or you can also add in your dye while you're mixing them up at that point. Or you can add your dye later.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
so if you
experiment
want,
with different ways.
yeah, if you want more of like a solid color, put your dye in while you're mixing. And then your whole piece will be that solid color.
Okay. That was a 6. I'm gonna put more.
And then another tool you'll want is either a heat tool or a hair dryer or, yeah, something that'll heat it because that really helps bring up any bubbles that are in it. Okay.
Okay, here's my B. Keeping my B syringe with next to the B bottle. Now I'm starting to stick to everything.
I don't feel quite sticky yet.
I'm getting there already.
Okay. Now I have my base in and I added some white and I didn't fully mix in the white. It's kind of like airy looking in there.
Cool, yeah.
And now I'm going to use a heat gun to just bring any bubbles to the surface. You don't want to overheat it, just for a few seconds. And you'll see the bubbles rising to the top. It's actually pretty satisfying to watch. And as soon as you stop seeing bubbles popping up, then that's when you're done. Okay, now I'm going to start mixing my next batch.
Oop. I'm making a mess.
Oh.
Okay. So then I'm gonna eyeball and check. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Don't touch this side of it.
So this one's B. We can just
Yes.
leave the A and B by, by their bottles.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Okay.
A. But it's running down the side.
Oh. That is getting
Where's
sticky.
my other cup? Okay. So I have equal amounts A and B, resin and hardener. And then I pour them in a different cup. The thing I like about these little paper cups that you can kind of squeeze it and get a nice spout going. Especially if you're pouring into like intricate things or smaller things, like some of those molds. And just scraping it out. Whoop. I'm making such a mess today. I'm like missing my cup. Oh goodness. Okay. My B to my B. And then always start pouring slowly into your coaster or mold, because at first it seems like there's not enough in there and then it starts like overflowing. Like, whoops, too much. Because you don't want it overflowing the edges. If it does, on accident, you can always sand it off once it's dry. Which I'm gonna have to do for a couple of these that I did yesterday. Now we're just mixing.
And this round I'm still using the same A and B cups. I'm just mixing them in a new cup because what I mixed in with my last cup is at a different curing rate than what this one is. So that's why I'm using a new cup each time for the one that I'm mixing in.
I'm going to keep mine clear for now because I want it to go over my rocks and moss and be able to see it. So, and then I'll put my color in over on this side. That's what I did with this one. Actually, this one I used the powder. There is a pearl powder, which is really fun to mix in.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Should I use that or should I use a dye? So many options. I'm start to pour my clear. I'm just gonna, just kind of slowly spread that around. Get it over my rocks. And I'm gonna kind of push my what is it, moss? I'm forgetting what it's called.
Yeah, the moss, or like if you add real flowers, they like to rise to the top a bit, so you just have to keep poking them down.
And I don't think I have enough.
Okay, now I'm going to add in my little pieces. Hope I set them in right. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna take off my gloves for this.
Well, I don't know. This might be enough. But it's always kind of hard to tell.
Yeah.
You want to spread it around a little bit because, yeah, some parts just look not level. I'm just smushing down my moss, which looks kind of like spinach right now. I find it so relaxing, like pouring the resin in. Like
yeah, and then playing with the dyes.
Yeah.
The dyes are very cool.
It's very fun.
Or same with the powder, the pearl powder. Okay.
So I'm getting everything where I want it before I add in my dye.
Okay, now I'm going to try to carefully add this on top. I really want my acetate sheets to be more in the middle, so I want them fully covered.
I like these beads. Those are pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might add more.
Oh, maybe I'll add some of those.
Yeah.
So this coaster took about, well, I did 8 twice. Like filled each of these files up twice with
I did
8.
6 twice. Yeah, so 12. But I have more things in here.
Yeah, that is true.
Why
so yeah, mine I'd say add 16. Needs a full 32 to fill it up.
Yeah. 32 milliliters. Yeah, that's what it's in. I'm adding more beads. And then you're adding in dye too, so like you have to take that into account while you're mixing dye. So it's really it's kind of like a guessing game of how much to put in.
Yeah, that's why I'd just say add a little bit more than you think you'll need and have some molds on the side that you can use up your extra.
Yeah. I'd rather have too much than have
to remix and go through all it again. Yeah. Same.
Okay, so I'm gonna add the dark blue, the dye. And you are supposed to shake everything well before using. Oops. Did you forget?
Yeah.
Well, I think, yeah, they all had like these little stickers on them that said shake well.
I didn't see those stickers. Must have pulled them.
Yeah.
Before I looked.
Well, now I can't open this with my gloves.
Add some of these beads. Actually, can you mean the darker beads? The copper circles?
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna start out with just a couple drops because, like...
A little goes a long way, and you can always add more.
And, like, it's kind of just spreads. Kind of like alcohol ink.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna swirl it
very
around.
Similar to alcohol ink.
It's very fun to play with.
Did you say these beads were going everywhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember you saying that now.
That's why I said I needed like a little spoon.
Yeah. I see
They're
what you're
getting
saying.
all over.
I was just like, oh, Rachel, you're always spilling the things.
No. So what was that? That was like 3 drops. That's pretty... This is a nice blue. Nice dark blue. Okay, I'm just kind of swirling it. And then I might do a little bit of white too on my edge to be like the waves. We'll see how that goes. It's actually a lot harder to do waves than you think. I've seen so many videos, and these people make it look so easy.
It does look very easy when you watch those videos.
I think
it looks very
you just need like a good heat gun.
Or like, some type of strong blower.
Yeah, to like really get some nice waves.
Because we both were trying yesterday.
And
here was my attempt. It just turned into a swirl. Which still looks okay.
Mine.
It's it looks like a blue marble.
Yours
got closer.
Yeah. You can see that.
Yeah, yours got closer to the wave effect, but... And I mean, I'm sure it's just something that takes practice.
Yeah.
Okay. It's cute. Added my little butterflies.
Oh, yeah.
I can't hold it up because all of the
things.
It would all fall out, so I can't show you right now, but I'm sure we'll post some pictures of these.
Yes, we'll post pictures.
So we'll post some finished
done
pictures.
And dry. And look better than our ones we did yesterday.
But I put in some leaves and some butterflies and some beads around the edges.
I'm just gonna wipe this off.
Okay.
So how much white should I use?
This was 3 drops.
Oh, it was 3?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kind of like swirl it into my blue too, so we'll see how that goes. Always start small. You can always add more. And I'm just gonna kind of swirl this around to attempt a wave like.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
I like that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to move this to the side and move on to the next coaster. So these coasters, you need something to back them with, so it doesn't just, the resin just flies everywhere. So we found a couple options that work pretty good. You can get some type of plastic. It's good if it's a harder plastic or something that you can tape it to. This is a piece of wood that has some plastic coating on it, which works perfectly well. We also did, with this one, we put a piece of clear masking tape on the back, and then after it was set, we could peel it back. I've also heard you can do that with duct tape, and it works just as well. Yeah, if you want to fashion some sort of block that you cover with plastic, and then tape it too. I think that would work fine. So I'm going to do it today.
Okay, like this guy's done. Now it
Ooh,
needs to cure.
You got a little bit of those bubbly looks in there.
Yeah, I'll see how it dries. I got a tiny bit of resin on my edges. I'm just gonna kind of like wipe it off with my finger and wipe. Well, it's still wet. But if it's still there afterwards, that's fine. I can just sand it or leave it.
Yeah.
And very slowly.
I've seen them also like where they cover the whole thing, like so they make the resin thing and then they let it dry and then they cover the whole thing in resin. So it's all like has the same coat over it.
Oh.
So that's an option.
That'd be good too. Yeah.
And then you don't see any of that and then your wood is protected too.
Right. So I'm also gonna do one of these and I will do the tape method. Did we bring tape? No. Can someone get me tape? Packing tape.
Yeah.
There's always something we forget. Okay, this is my mixed cup. A and B. Rocks. I just brought the whole thing here.
Helps that we do a lot of shipping here.
Yeah, we have an endless supply of tape here. Okay. Ooh. So just like your basic clear packing tape, that's what I'm gonna use. I probably should take off my gloves for this.
And this is how I stuck this to this. It was helpful to have this hanging off the edge a little bit because then when I took it off, I was able to like hold it against the edge of the table and just pop it off.
I also want to use plastic.
So yeah.
Remember we talked about that?
I bet
like,
that would
plastic.
Because that's
like
even
container.
like a harder plastic. Yeah, you could just tape it to that. I feel like I think easiest is probably just tape along the back.
Right.
Well, we could show them both ways.
I'm gonna do all the ways.
Oh. Do you want to... This has the safety.
Oh. Just being safe.
That was way too big of a piece. Okay. I'm gonna leave it big. But for this technique, you literally just cover it like this. So your back is covered.
Well, the only thing is,
and that's it.
It's not level.
When we did it yesterday, this worked fine. It didn't leak at all, and it was good to go. So that's a really easy way to go.
I'm just like digging through the trash. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll just tape it. Because you do want it to be level. If it's tilted at all, your resin will go that way, no matter what.
Yeah, and that's same like if your table's a little bit off.
Yeah, I think ours
I think our table is a little bit, because yeah, they were all leaning like this. You could see it was coming out this side. Like they were all being pulled one direction. So, I mean, just try to find a surface that seems good. I'm gonna eyeball it this time.
Eyeball it?
Yep. And I want to add a little bit extra so I can fill a mold.
Yes. Oh yeah, we haven't done any molds yet.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I'm making sure my tape is real good and strong. Is this how much tape you used last time?
Yeah. As long as it's all the way covered.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
Yeah, I didn't use any extra tape along the sides or anything. Just cover the bottom good. And that's it.
How this goes.
Maybe a little bit extra.
You want to get your gloves back on after you take them off.
Especially when they're sticky.
Right? And then like, I don't know what side is sticky.
Yesterday we were using gloves that were way too big, and I feel like those got way stickier.
Yes, those are a little bit hard to work with.
Yeah. I don't remember which is which.
For what?
These.
I don't know. Was this B?
I feel like it wasn't. Maybe eyeball it. Because if you stick your B inside your A, it'll ruin the rest that's in here. Because it'll start curing. Even if it doesn't cure all the way or cure good, it'll still ruin it.
I'm gonna eyeball it. That's fine.
Oops.
Okay, so my resin is my A, pouring in my A cup. I'll do some molds too. Let's see. Yeah, that's a lot, probably. And with these see-through ones, you definitely want to start out clear. If you are adding color, only do a little bit. Otherwise, you won't be able to see through it. Kind of loses the point. But you could do some color like on one side of it, maybe.
Yeah.
If you're talented.
Ooh, that makes me want to kind of try to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Keep it to like one side.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have more B than A. Oh. You really should use your syringes, not eyeball it. Okay. And then I'm getting a new cup to put it in because my other one is starting to harden.
Now mix.
So there's really not like a lot to it. You're just mixing two things together, and then add in whatever you want. Dye, glitter, beads,
foil.
Oh,
sequins.
I might want to add some foil.
Yeah, we have some foil. We have some glass glitter. Yeah,
you can keep it as simple or as complicated as you want. Okay. Where's my A? Where's my A? I don't know. I might use the glass glitter.
Yeah, I bet that would
I feel
cool.
that will show really good.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. I still don't know what I want to do, I guess. I'll just pour it in there.
Just start pouring.
Hopefully it's a good idea.
See where the inspiration hits.
Because I kind of want to use the pearl powder.
Oh, that's really fun.
I kind of want to add more butterflies. I like using the dye, but I know I can't do all of those.
Yeah, if you do everything, it will get lost.
Yeah.
Like, you won't be able to see everything. So maybe just choose one or two things. I don't know. Okay. And now mixing. Okay. Yeah, I definitely have plenty in here.
Yeah,
for some
very plenty.
Very plenty.
Let's see. Pearl powder, dye, pearl powder, and maybe butterfly. Ooh, this comes out kind of fast, but oh, it's so pretty.
Yes, I love it. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna kind of stop there. Like, I'm not quite to the top yet, but I'm gonna add in some things, so not sure. Can you hand me the gold glass?
That's silver.
Oh. It looks kind of goldish.
It's like a silver. It's a little bit in between.
A little bit. Oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
They're like little glass pieces. Well, sort of.
Maybe I'll see how yours go, and then I might add some of that.
And then, let me see the flowers.
If you want anything suspended inside the middle, you can pour like halfway and then let it set for a couple hours. Well, the wait time for how long you let it set before you add another layer kind of depends on how heavy the item that you're applying. So like if we're just putting on one of these little acetate sheets, you could even just wait for it to cure about an hour. And that should be plenty of time for it not to sink. But like if you want to add rocks suspended in the middle, maybe wait for 2 to 3 hours. If you want like a whole charm or metal piece, maybe wait 5 or 6 hours. So yeah.
Okay. I'm choosing just a cute little pink flower. And I'm gonna kind of smush it in with my palette knife. I don't really know where I want it. Maybe the middle? Maybe more towards the bottom.
I don't know what I want to add in here.
And then I'm gonna sprinkle some of these guys in.
Yeah, I want to see how that looks. Those are pretty.
Whoa! By sprinkle, I mean like accidentally dump.
I think I might do another butterfly and some beads.
Ooh, yes, do the beads.
Then it kind of matches the other one I just did.
Oh,
butterfly beads. Maybe you need a plant in there. Maybe. Ooh, someone's watching from Costa Rica.
awesome.
Ooh. How's the weather there?
Yeah, so
But it's nice. Went to Costa Rica a few years ago.
yeah.
That was very nice.
In March? What are we? March? Yeah.
What was it? No, I went in May.
Oh, May.
Yeah, that was nice. Okay, I'm just adding the butterfly.
Some of my sparkle glass is sinking and some of it's not. And that's okay. I kind of want it all over, really.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'm
it's
actually,
cool that
yeah,
some
I'm
is
kinda,
still at the surface.
I'm pushing
then,
some down. And then I might add a tiny bit more to stay at the surface. Just so you can see them from both sides. I like this glitter.
I'm just pushing my butterfly back down a little bit. These actually will float. These acetate sheets will float on the top, so that's kind of cool if that's the look you're going for. I want it more suspended in the middle though.
Okay. And then I'm gonna put just a tiny bit more resin. And I think this one's good. Looks good. Okay, can you hand me multiples? I think I'm gonna do.
That should be enough.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I like the butterflies.
Yeah.
Butterflies.
Okay.
I'm
gonna set my set my butterfly to the
You have to
side.
be, yeah, really careful moving it when you're done.
Yeah, because it's wet, you know, so it's kind of, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a thicker consistency than like water, so it's not just going to really pour out, but it is still liquid.
Right.
It'll come out.
Foil flakes, gold. I'm gonna make a gold foil butterfly?
This was a piece that I started yesterday, and so you add like your darkest shade. This is like a layered water.
Yeah, it's the river coaster.
So you first start with like the darkest resin. So I added probably like 5 drips of the dye in there. So then you pour that in, let it sit for like an hour, and then you can do your next layer. And then so that maybe only has like 2 drops of the blue dye. And then let that dry for an hour. So I'm going to add just the top layer.
I'm just having issues over here.
Which has no dye in it.
Oh.
Maybe I'll add a little of the
foil. It's hard
pearl
to
powder.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty.
Just like a little bit.
I'm trying to get my foil in my mold.
And I'm having such a rough time. That's kind of cool.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
I can't do it with gloves on though.
Yeah.
Those can't.
Foil's fussy enough as is.
But it's so pretty.
It is so pretty. It's worth it.
Worth it. Now if it will just stay in there. And I want enough foil in there to kind of, so you'll be able to see it on both sides too. So it's not like sinking to one side. And really, like, you can just add in anything. Like,
yeah, you can add in fresh flowers even.
Oh yeah,
because they'll be preserved inside the resin.
I would probably make sure they're like dry. Like
you can even use. I've seen people put hamburgers, like a fresh hamburger.
What?
In resin.
Why?
And it preserves it.
Why? Just like remember your hamburger.
Yeah.
So
there was
plants, hamburgers.
Yeah. You can
do whatever you want.
Yeah. And it'll preserve it. I mean, I've done like in that cutting board. Well, I don't know if it's actually cutting board. That tray thing. That was dried flowers, but yeah.
So that'd be fun if you like special flowers you want to remember.
Yeah.
From like a wedding or a special occasion. Dry them. Or not dry them and put them in resin. Because apparently you can do hamburgers. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So I still have a lot left over of my other mix. It's nice. I don't have to mix anything. And I'm just going right into my butterfly here.
Okay. I added a little pearl powder to this. So it still has that little blue hint, but not very much. So it's still a lot lighter than its layers before it. Yeah. Okay. It's all set.
My foil is pretty much sunk to the bottom. That's okay.
Well, you pushed it into the bottom, didn't you?
Yes. Well, and I tried to add a little bit more so that...
I'm going to use some of these.
How are you supposed to get the antenna? Man, that's so small.
Oh, yeah. To get in there, yeah. Just... I don't know, just use your knife, or it'd be helpful if you had like a toothpick or something.
Oh, yeah, toothpick.
To really get into those small areas in the molds.
So, that would be easier than this palette knife. Yes.
Hello.
Oh, I'm gonna use some of this gold.
You like them?
Let's see.
Oh, I'll take off the gloves.
I'm gonna sprinkle with some beads.
Oh, that's a pretty butterfly.
Should I leave it?
I don't know. I don't think you'll see the beads because all the foil's on top.
Oh.
But I mean, it's still dimensional, you know. So I think you'll still, see it from the side. I'm gonna add some foil too.
I'm gonna add some beads to this guy. And the beads are kind of heavier too, so they'll kind of automatically sink down. No, this one's like mostly beads.
Whoa! Ooh! I like that.
Works.
I like that.
It's not gonna take much resin in here.
Yeah, I like that.
Super
That'll be
slow.
cool.
and just kind of like
Okay, now I want to do that.
let it
Fill,
sink in.
yeah, fill the whole thing with beads or sequins or glitter, and
then put your
then do
resin.
your resin. Yeah, that's cool.
And then I might kind of like stir it around a little bit so that it gets in there. I want to make sure it's going all the way through, like to the bottom. Oh, I'm really loving this gold foil. That is so
Yeah, that is
so
pretty. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it on this one.
Love it.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you add more foil after your original
No, I didn't.
add? No.
I was thinking about it. So that I have some on the other side.
Yeah, so these
Yeah, I might.
molds you can use on pretty much anything. You can use them, so like if you're a scrapbooker, you can use them as you would like any like ephemera or embellishments.
Yeah.
It'd be cool on a card to
Yeah.
have something popping out a little bit.
Junk journal.
Ooh, yep.
I mean, because
journals.
these are not that thick. You can fit them into a lot of things.
Or journal covers.
Oh yeah, that'd be really pretty.
You could turn them into keychains. There's a lot.
Jewelry.
Ooh, yep.
I'm
pretty sure, yeah, they have some molds.
Like jewelry things, like hooks and stuff for this, and like molds. Oh, that would be fun to do like a gold foil earring or something. I'd wear that.
Yeah. Gonna add some more of this gold.
I have it all over me. I'm just trying to like get it even in here.
Yeah.
And I might need a tiny bit more resin.
Ugh.
Whoops, that was a lot of resin. Just spread that out. Pretty. Yeah, I might add that to I don't know, my next project, whatever that's gonna be.
Yeah, it's cool to have like a piece like that you made.
Yeah.
Complete. Like I know they have like acrylic pieces that you can buy, but it's just extra cool. And you're like, yeah, I made actually every piece. You know?
Yeah. I made my own embellishments. Yeah.
Then you can really personalize it and make it your own.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, the glass glitter.
Can you pass the beads? Oh, I can use these beads.
Ooh.
Yeah, some has a lot of foil.
I can't wait to see what these look like.
I know.
We will be sure to post pictures after these dry.
Yeah, so
because yesterday we didn't really use a lot of glitter stuff. Because we were more experimenting with the dyes.
Yes, be on the lookout.
So
next week.
Yeah, next week. Oh yeah, today's Friday, isn't it?
Yeah.
So next week, look for those pictures because we want to give these some time to dry.
So maybe I'll fill a star. Then also with you, when you fill it up with stuff, it takes a lot less resin.
Oh, true, true. You can make more.
So
things.
you can, you can make more things. Perfect.
Yeah, I've been using this leftover resin for like 3 things here.
With the molds, especially, you use so much less resin than what you would think you'll need.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just trying to do one little mold, I swear, you just end up filling so many more. Use less, than what you think you'll need. Does not take much.
Oh, this butterfly is so small. So next time we should have toothpicks out.
Yeah.
That's okay. You can learn from us. Have a toothpick out ready if you have a small little something mold.
And let us know if you're actually going to try using some of this resin stuff.
Yeah, and tag us.
Yeah, tag us in your projects.
So we can see.
Yeah.
on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Just tag us so we can see it.
Post pictures in our project gallery even.
Yes, we'd love to see what other people do it. Because everyone has different ideas, you know, what mix-ins or what dyes they use.
How they layer it,
Yeah,
what
it's so cool to see.
what they end up using, you know, like what project they use these for.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so many endless things.
Right. I think I have enough for like another.
Yeah, I'm still going.
Another one.
Actually, can you pass those beads? Yep. I'm gonna fill another one with beads.
Let's see. I might just do another foil one since I have it all over me.
Might as well.
I mean, I'll do a little bit of both. I'll do like this floral something here. Because it's kind of bigger, so I kind of want to fill it in a little bit. Put some of that in, put some foil. Also, tweezers would be helpful, I think, with foil.
Yeah.
Or like, what are they called? Not tweezers, but those other things.
I don't know.
Like that we use for dyes. Like a dye pick.
Oh, yeah, just
That would
like
be
a little
helpful
pick. Yeah.
to get in like the little spots.
Mm-hmm.
But then you'll want to make sure you clean it off really quickly.
Yeah.
So not to ruin it.
Yeah, well, with the wipes, things do come off pretty easily. We were able to clean up everything.
Yeah.
Like all these palette knives we can just wipe off, and they're good to go. Okay. And I still have some more.
And it's really not that messy of a craft if you're not doing all these mix-ins.
Yeah.
Like if you're just doing dye,
yeah.
it's not that messy.
And you can, oop, that's too much. Maybe I'll scrape that into another mold. Oh, what was I just gonna say?
I don't know. You can something. Now we're never gonna know.
We'll never know. It's gone.
Some really creative idea. We're never gonna.
Oh man. Yeah, sometimes I just get lost in the creativeness.
Yes.
Or sometimes in the messiness. Like right there, I was just really overflowing. So I had to stop talking and concentrate on not making a mess.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then when you're putting them in the mold, you want to drag your palette knife along the top and scrape off any extra, because any extra will be stuck to your mold.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. I haven't done that.
Yeah, so like the little, well, I think yours look pretty good. Maybe I'm just a more messy molder. Could be.
I believe it. This flower is very intricate.
Okay. I have the tiniest bit more. I bet I can fill another one. Yep, I did, and I could have even filled a bigger one.
Like,
it's crazy.
You think
like
you can't.
Molds are so hard to gauge.
Yeah.
Like you can fill so many which it does not seem like you should be able to.
Just nice little happy surprise.
Yeah. Like, oh, I can do another one.
I made like 10 things instead of one. I'm just trying to get more foil on my leaves here.
I didn't put my gloves back on and now my hands are sticky. I was like, oh, I won't be getting messy again. It'll be fine.
You think you're done and you're not.
It'll be fine. Okay.
I'm just
There we
scraping
go.
foil off
Used
my
them up.
gloves. Put it in there.
Oh, that's pretty.
I love the gold.
Yeah. I'm excited to see how those will turn out.
Yeah, very excited. Okay, I think I'm done. Well, I should try it.
Oh, yeah. I got that one.
I'm still sipping. Guess I should be careful drying with all this foil everywhere. It's gonna.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Here.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
I got some foil somewhere else. That's okay.
If you want to try to clean up your molds at all, you can carefully go in with like a wet towel and clean them up. You don't want to disturb your mold at all and touch it, but you can try to get your way in there a little bit.
Okay.
Well,
That's all we
That's
have for
what-
today.
yep.
This is a lot of fun.
and we hope you'll try some resin pouring.
Yeah. It's not as hard as it looks.
Yep.
Just equal parts
Hey.
resin,
Mhm.
hardener, and then whatever else you want to add to it.
Yep.
The possibilities are endless. So next week our class is, I always forget what we're doing next week.
Snap flip books.
Oh yeah, from Simple Stories.
Yep.
Those are a lot of fun.
Yeah, those are very cool. We'll show some cool things you can add to them.
Maybe we'll add some of these pieces to them,
Ooh.
like to the front, or in
Yeah.
the pockets.
Yep. Okay.
Yes.
Something to look forward to.
Yes. So find us on Facebook next week. Same time, usually 2 o'clock if we don't have technical difficulties. Yeah. And thanks for joining. See you next time.
Bye.